get started. So I know you asked for some lymphatic drainage.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
perfect.
yes, it is perfect.
So I made some notes, and it's funny. I was preparing for this class, and a lot of what we do in class already
Mm-hmm.
is already automatically just does lymphatic drainage. So,
That's good.
as long as we're moving the body,
Mm-hmm.
pumping the body, because the lymphatic system doesn't have a pump. It's not like the heart pumps blood throughout the body. So either it has to manually happen, where we could do that through gentle massage, or we're going to be doing some of that today, or through movement, contracting
Mm-hmm.
muscles. Like, let's say, like, we'll go ahead and contract the bicep, and we're
Hmm.
actually moving the lymphatic fluid in
Okay,
the area. So
good
when
to know.
that, and even breathing, diaphragmic breathing, actually
Mm-hmm.
manual pump. So we're pumping through the lymphatic system there. Um, so basically, the lymphatic system, it needs that extra help, and there's extra fluid that actually comes is actually goes through the body, and then the lymph system actually collects that and then redistributes it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes if you notice um, swelling in an area, or if you fly and then you kind of get your pants get tighter, or your
Mm-hmm.
socks get a little tighter, um,
Yeah.
that's because that pump isn't working. uh,
Yes. What prompted me to want to learn about this is that I've developed some, not a lot, but some swelling around my ankles, and I asked the doctor, and she said that it was the blood flows down, but it just doesn't have the same push to come back up as it did, I guess, before. I don't know. I'm sure she explained it better than that, but I thought, well, okay, this might help with that. So.
Absolutely, yeah. And we could even, like, I mean, this is a 30-minute class, but if you take little pieces from this and you can put
Mm-hmm.
it together in your morning routine, like,
Mm-hmm.
that would be great. And I know a lot of people do like a 5-10 minute lymphatic morning routine.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it is great.
That's
And
great.
this is before the evening too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what else did I want to? Oh, okay, I think that's basically it. All right. So we're actually going to begin with some diaphragmatic breathing. And so basically we'll put our hands on our belly, our low rib cage here, and you can close the eyes if that feels good for you. We're just going to be taking some really deep, slow breaths here, allowing the diaphragm to pump gently up and down as you feel your belly and rib cage expand and soften. Starting here at the center of the body, and also notifying the nervous system that it's time to relax. And when we do lymphatic drainage, it is a soothing process. We're not trying to rush anything. We're actually keeping things really nice and slow and soft. We'll go ahead and take another deep breath in, full breath out, even slower. Beautiful. We'll let that go. And then we'll go ahead and gently bring the hands up to the collarbones. And you're actually going to place where the collarbones are just above the collarbones here. And we're just going to do a little bit of pumping. So you're just gently pressing in just above. This is, gosh, hard to see. It's my collarbone just above. So some gentle pumping action here. Really, again, nice and smooth, nice and slow. No rush here, really slowing things down. Beautiful. And then we're going to take the right hand, bring the hand to the left chest, and we're just sliding that hand over towards the shoulder. Beautiful. And we'll do the other side. And this is like feather light touch. Because we're not trying to get into the muscle here. The lymph nodes are all located just under the skin. Beautiful. And then we're going to take our peace fingers, index finger and middle finger. We're going to bring it behind the ear here. And we're just going to, again, gently up and down that ear. One finger in front, one behind. Beautiful. And then we're going to take those fingers and then draw it down the sides of the neck and a little bit of a press on the collarbones. So again, from the ears down the sides of the neck, a little bit of that press into the collarbones. That nice, smooth, feather light touch. Beautiful. We'll go ahead and rest those hands there. Just keeping in theme with the face. I am a little far away. I'm just going to come a little bit closer. We don't need to see my legs just yet. All right. And then from here, we're just going to go ahead and you're sitting up nice and tall. I want you to go ahead and take your tongue and bring it over to your left cheek, like you're sliding that tongue over towards your left cheek. And then from here, we'll take a deep breath in, an even slower breath out. And then we're going to trace the tongue over towards the right cheek. And we're going to take a deep breath in, even slower breath out. And then we're going to bring the tongue to the upper lip, just above here. You're like pressing the tongue to the upper lip. And we're going to take a deep breath in, even slower breath out. And then trace that tongue to the bottom lip. And you're pressing there against the bottom lip. Take a deep breath in. An even slower breath out. Beautiful. And you can relax your tongue now. There's a lot of connection between the nervous system and the tongue there. And then we're going to go ahead and drop the right ear over towards the right shoulder. And take a deep breath in. Even slower out. And head through center over towards the left. And take a deep breath in. And even slower breath out. We'll bring the head back to center. Go ahead and drop the chin down towards the chest. And we're just going to slowly move that chin from left to right, creating these half circles, side to side. And still keep taking those deep breaths in, even slower breath out. The next time you come through center, we'll go ahead and bring the head upright. We'll go ahead and look up towards the sky and then drop the chin down towards the chest. Inhaling as you look up. Slow breath as you drop the chin down. Keep going. And take one more breath. We'll meet back at center. And then from here, we're going to do a little bit more of that manual work. So we're going to take those hands, cross those arms, reach for those armpits. We're going to give our armpits a little massage. Lots of lymph nodes here in the armpits. And again, we're not, maybe massage is the wrong word because it's really feather light. It's almost as if you're just trying to massage the skin here. Beautiful. And then we'll release that. We're going to take the right hand and we're going to slowly move from the wrist up to the elbow. And you can take the entire hand here. And again, it's like that feather light touch, like you're just smoothing out your skin here. Beautiful. Next time your hand is around that elbow, you're going to take that elbow, move it all the way up to the shoulder. And again, just like you're gently smoothing on some lotion, you can get all along all different sides of your arm here. And then we're going to end on the inside of the elbow to the armpit and a little pressure there, a little pulse. Inside of the elbow, little push on the armpit. And then we'll do the other side. So again, that nice smooth touch from the wrist to the elbow. And then from the elbow up to the shoulder. And then we'll end on the inside of the elbow to the armpit. Beautiful. We'll relax those arms down. You can kind of wiggle out those arms there. Beautiful. And then we're going to come up to these cactus arms. We're going to open those arms out wide and then bring those arms back to center. So just kind of, again, pumping. And again, moving slowly. Beautiful. And we're going to open those arms out to like a W here, reaching just a little bit up, and then we're going to W, bend those elbows down. Reaching up, bend those elbows towards the rib cage. Nice. All right. We'll go ahead and we're going to make a fist here and then spread the fingers wide. And then we'll find some wrist circles. Beautiful. And then we'll come relaxing those hands on the thighs. We're going to come into our cat-cow, inhaling to arch the spine and exhaling as we round. So keep moving like this. And again, deep breath in and an even slower breath out. And now we're helping to pump the fluid in the torso, along the spine. We're here for one more breath. We'll meet back upright. We're going to find a gentle twist. Right hand slides towards that right hip as you look over your right shoulder. And we'll pause here, taking a deep breath in, even slower breath out. Two more just like that. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the arms. And then as you're ready, we'll unwind to the other side, left hand, left hip, looking over. Deep breath in, slow breath out. Two more breaths. Unwinding as you are ready. Let's inhale. We're going to sweep the arms all the way up overhead. And then as you exhale, we're going to drop that right arm down. We're going to find a nice little side bend. Opening up through the chest here. Opening up through the rib cage. And then inhaling, we'll come back to center, reaching up. Exhale, left arm down, heading over towards the left. Beautiful. Inhale, both arms reach up. And then exhale, relax those arms down. All right, lovely. We'll bring those hands to the knees and we'll find some circles around the waist. We really did a lot with the upper body already, and so we'll start to get into the belly and the lower half of the body now. And we'll circle in the other direction. And we'll come back to center. We're going to do a little bit of manual movement here. So one hand above the belly button, one hand below, and a little bit of that pumping, a little bit of that pulsing. And again, really gentle here. Just a gentle push in and release. We're not digging or anything. Beautiful. And then we'll go ahead and rub the belly. And then rest the hands on both sides of the belly and we'll take a deep breath in. Full breath out. I want you to pull your belly button in towards your spine. Deep breath in, filling the belly with air. Exhale, bring that belly as close to the spine as possible. Deep breath in. And hug the belly in. Beautiful. Release that. We're going to bring the hands, we're going to find our hip crease here at the hip crease. And I'm using my fingers here at the hip crease and I'm doing a little bit of that pumping action again. So again, just pulsing. Along the hip crease. And then from here, you're just going to kind of lightly, again, feather light along the hip crease. Beautiful. All right. So we're going to work our way down the legs here. We're going to go ahead and bring the fingers to the back of the knee and a little bit of that pumping action there. Beautiful. All right, we're going to stick with that leg that you just did, my right leg, and you're going to go ahead and lift up on the heel so that you're contracting that calf muscle. So I want you to contract that calf muscle and then drop it down. Lift up through that heel, contract that calf muscle, and drop it down. Moving nice and slow, really aware of your movements. Beautiful. And then we'll go ahead and just gently lift on that leg, and we're just going to do some ankle circles. And the other direction. And we'll place that foot down. We'll do the other side now. So again, that nice pumping in the back of the knee, other leg. Keeping that nice slow rhythm of the breath. And then gently lift up on that left heel, contracting that calf muscle, and drop the foot down. So you're lifting up and dropping down. Maybe you move here with the breath, inhaling as you lift up the heel, exhaling to drop it down. And then we'll find ankle circles, rotating in one direction, and then the other. And we'll place that foot back down, and then we'll extend one leg out at a time. These little gentle kicks here. And I want you to be aware of your toes in this instance. I want you to flex the toes back towards you as you kick the legs out. So you're helping to stretch even more the back of the leg. Beautiful. And then we'll go for a little walk, lifting up one knee at a time. Lovely. And then we're going to come back to doing those strokes. So this time from the ankle to the knee. And you can use both hands here. Gentle stroke from the ankle to the knee, front and back, the sides. And it's as if you were just kind of smoothing out your clothes, smoothing out your skin here. All the way to the back of the knee. Beautiful. We'll take that from the knee up the thigh. We're going to bring that back up to the hip crease and just a little bit of that pulsing. And then we'll do the other side. So nice soft strokes from the ankle to the knee. I'm on my left leg now. Beautiful. From the back of the knee all the way up the thigh. This is such a loving practice too when we are really gentle with our bodies. It's really sweet. And we'll come back to that hip crease, a little bit of that pulsation there. Beautiful. Back up to the belly, a little bit of that pulsing at the belly. And back up to the collarbones, just on top of the collarbones, that little pulsing. Beautiful. We'll take a deep breath in, sweeping the arms all the way up overhead. And exhale, floating the arms down. Deep breath in to reach the arms up. Full breath out. One more, reaching up. And back down. We'll go ahead and rest the hands here on the belly. We're going to come back to that diaphragmatic breathing. Inhaling deeply. And exhale. You can close the eyes here. Softening, smoothing out the breath. Keep breathing. And we'll take our final breath here. And we'll gently bring the hands together at the heart space. And wishing you a beautiful, restful evening for you to just float through. Namaste.
Thank you so much.